What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Exploring Attractions. My name is Scott, and you're watching your stop for all things theme park and attraction related. Well, everybody, it is now the time. It's time for the third Halloween Horror Nights 2022 announcement.
Oh yeah.
No
doubt. No doubt about it.
Oh. What's up?
Hey Chelsea, it's Brock.
It's Brock.
Brock!
Would you come get me?
Yeah, we can come get you. Hello? Brock? Brock, are you there?
Let's go.
The Horrors of Blumhouse, featuring Freaky and the Black Phone, only at Universal's Halloween Horror Nights.
That's right, everybody. Something that none of us expected, at least on the West Coast. The Horrors of Blumhouse is returning to Halloween Horror Nights this year. The Horrors of Blumhouse Chapter 3. We had Chapter 1, which was Sinister, Happy Death Day, and The Purge. And then, of course, we had Chapter 2, which was, of course, Unfriended. And then we had kind of the original twist to the Blumhouse girl in the beginning of kind of the Blumhouse trailer or intro. And now we have Blumhouse Chapter 3, which is going to feature the hit movie Freaky and the more recently released The Black Phone. So let's talk a little bit about these houses and what they're going to feature, where they're going to be located at on each coast, and all that fun stuff. And coincidentally, I'm filming once again in a hotel room. We filmed the Universal Monsters announcement in a hotel room because we're on vacation, and now we have the third house announcement, which we're filming here with the beautiful Mirage in Las Vegas. So bear with me if the audio is not as great as in our little studio that we have. Alright, so the Horrors of Blumhouse Chapter 3 will be coming to both coasts, in both Orlando and in Hollywood. In Hollywood, it's going to be located in the Waterworld location, similar to where we had Halloween 4 last year for Halloween Horror Nights 2021. And then over in Orlando, we're actually getting it in a new location for the house, which is going to be right in the area of Fast and Furious Supercharged. Now, nobody has seen this house location quite yet, so we don't know how great this location is. We don't know if this location will suffer, or we don't know if it's going to be the best location throughout the whole Horror Nights blueprint. But nonetheless, I'm excited to step foot into a new house location. I think that'll be very exciting, especially considering the fact that I'll be housing Horrors of Blumhouse. Now, this IP actually wasn't speculated on any of the Horror Nights Nightmare speculation maps other than Orlando, but it wasn't speculated for Hollywood. Actually, where the Waterworld location was at, it was speculated for Candyman. Now, I had a lot of talks about Candyman and the fact that it could not be happening. It could just be solely just a rumor, and actually everybody's wrong. Well, that further confirms this right here. The fact that Horrors of Blumhouse is going to be taking over Candyman, and unless something else happens, I don't think that Hollywood's getting Candyman this year. But I'm really crossing my fingers that we get Candyman eventually, because I think that would be a great house, and I feel like we definitely deserve to see that house brought to life very, very soon. Now, with both the East Coast and the West Coast, it has had the greatest track record of Horrors of Blumhouse mazes. They've been a little bit lackluster, but I do think that out of all the different properties and all the movies that they've done in these special houses, that these two movies have the highest potential to deliver a great haunted house experience over any of the other ones that they've done. Yes, you could say, oh, The Purge fits in a haunted house experience regardless, and yes, I'd agree with that. However, I think there are plenty of scenes in Freaky alone, and plenty of different kills and whatnot, that you could definitely imagine being in a Halloween Horror Nights themed haunted house. I haven't seen The Black Phone quite yet, but from the trailer and whatnot, you can only imagine as well that that's the same case. Freaky is essentially a horror twist on Freaky Friday, where these two different people, Vince Vaughn and someone else, switches two different bodies, and one's a killer and one's an innocent college student. And then with The Black Phone, you have this magician that makes kids or people disappear forever, and by disappearing forever, essentially that just means he kidnaps people. But there's a lot more that ties into that compared to just him kidnapping random people. There's a lot more horror aspects to it, a lot more creepy aspects to it, And like I said, I haven't seen the movie quite yet, but I can assume that just from watching the trailer alone. So I think out of all the Horrors of Blumhouse houses that they've done in the years prior, I think that this will definitely probably be the best out of the 3 different editions that they've done on both the East Coast and the West Coast. I'm definitely really excited for it. It's not high on my anticipation list, but I am excited for it. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's going to be a bad house. I think it's going to be an actual decent house. The Horrors of Blumhouse will transport guests into an alternate dimension where the scares are real and stakes are life or death. In The Black Phone, which hits theaters June 24th, the Grabber is a demented magician best known for his sinister trick of making people disappear permanently. Guests will find themselves trapped in his funhouse where the sound of ghostly voices whisper hints on how to escape, but guests must tread carefully to outwit and outrun the Grabber's twisted magic. Freaky will challenge guests to outrun serial killer the Butcher, who has switched bodies with a high school girl after being cursed by the La Dola dagger, an ancient Aztec blade. Guests will learn firsthand that looks can be deceiving as they encounter the sweet-looking teen who is actually the Butcher, and she is determined to hunt for their next victim. Now it's extremely exciting that we have our 3rd house announcement. We're getting closer to the full lineup as the months go on, and I can't wait for our next announcement for both the different coasts, although I think that both different coasts will be getting an exclusive announcement for whatever it is. And like I said, that's no I have no lead to that or anything. I just assume that's what it's gonna be. I do like the trailer. I like how they're continuing the different characters and whatnot. This time it was the cringe couple. I wonder what next announcement's gonna be. But not only did we get the announcement, we got the announcement of ticket sales for Hollywood. That's right, everybody. General admission tickets, RIP tours, Frequent Fear Pass, and Universal Express are now on sale for Universal Studios Hollywood Halloween Horror Nights. And before, there was nothing on sale at all, which I find kind of interesting because with Orlando, obviously tickets have been on sale for a while, but there are no Frequent Fear Passes available quite yet. With Hollywood, there are. The general Frequent Fear Pass is starting at $199, and that gets you tons of different nights. That is definitely the best bang for your buck, especially if you go multiple nights. You're getting the most value out of that Frequent Fear Pass, so I cannot recommend it enough. And then of course they have general admission tickets, which start at $72, Universal Express tickets, and unlimited Universal Express tickets, and of course RIP tours, which are running for about $320. Now, pass members do get a discount on all different ticket types, so make sure that you insert in your pass ID when buying Halloween Horror Nights tickets because you don't want to miss out on those discounts. But like I said, I do find it kind of odd that with Hollywood there are Frequent Fear Passes available. In Orlando, there's not quite yet, especially considering the fact that Orlando typically seems to get to that type of stuff relatively faster than Hollywood does. So don't know what it is. I don't think that that means that there's going to be no Frequent Fear Pass at all for Orlando. I just think that they're taking a little bit more time. As for this video, that's going to do it. I want to know down below in the comment section what you guys think of Freaky and the Black Phone coming to Halloween Horror Nights this year in its own house experience. Have you seen the Black Phone quite yet? So let me know all of your guys' thoughts in regards to Halloween Horror Nights down below in the comments section. Anyways, everybody, my name is Scott, and you've been watching Exploring Attractions. Positivity is key, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out, everybody.